Welcome back. Thank you very much for staying with us. Now, the Office of the Tax Ombud is calling on taxpayers to participate in a survey about their experience using the South African Revenue Service's eFiling system. The survey aims to gather insight into the challenges faced by users and to identify potential systemic issues within SARS eFiling system. Joining us for more on this is Tax Ombud Yanga Mputa. Good evening, Ms. Mputa. Thank you very much for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me here.
No, it's a pleasure to have you with us. Now, this specific inquiry or survey, just talk to us what exactly is at the heart of it, why the decision to go this route to try and understand the challenges, if any, by most who had to use the e-filing system within SARS.
Okay, thank you for asking that question. First thing, let me give you an example of what is an e-profile hijacking. Someone will have your details, your ID number and your tax reference number and get into the SARS system and register as you and file tax returns under your name, and at the same time open a separate bank account, and then all the refunds that are coming from those tax returns, they go to that separate bank account. That's what we have seen.
Yeah.
So taxpayers complained, and then we had meetings with SARS April last year to highlight this issue, and then we had workshop with taxpayers in June, and taxpayers gave their experiences, and then we wrote to the Minister of Finance to request permission to do this investigation in August. And then the minister granted us the permission on 15 August. So the investigation has started.
So with this investigation, is it to establish if there are any systemic shortcomings with the whole e-filing system itself, or perhaps the issues are around assistance beyond the hijacking of one's profile, that perhaps they were not adequately assisted or timeously on time, where most of them who reported this were not assisted adequately?
The first thing is to check if there are any systemic issues, because this is a systemic investigation. And then in checking that, we find that SARS does not assist taxpayers on time. That will be part of the investigation.
So when we look at the shortcomings within the system itself, have you already engaged SARS at this point, or you're still just taking the submissions from ordinary citizens here, where you want to know how exactly they were hacked or their profiles were hacked?
Firstly, we engaged SARS. As a result, on 22 November 2024, SARS enhanced the security and then do the two-factor verification system. So when you go to SARS e-profiling, you'll put your password, and SARS will send you a one-time PIN on your phone, and then you can put that one-time PIN. So if you have not got the OTP, then you must phone SARS, because that is very important, because it protects you as a taxpayer. That's what we've done. So taxpayers are also submitting their comments. But now, yesterday, we went official to say, let's do the survey, so that we can get all the comments from taxpayers.
I suppose it would be quite helpful because, yes, indeed, they have tightened the system. We all get that one-time PIN. But beyond this, is there also an issue perhaps around training, some or at least awareness for tax users here around the system itself? Has there been some sort of concern there even?
Yes, I think when we do our report, the recommendations is that SARS should train the taxpayers, because SARS has got a unit of taxpayer education. So the taxpayer education should be training taxpayers not only about the legal tax, but also about how to use their systems. But to be fair with SARS, it's not only happening in South Africa. Even in Australia, it happened. And we had a meeting with the Australian Tax Ombud on 2 December, whereby they told us how it happened and what have they done. So we're learning also from the Australians.
And we've had them on numerous occasions on the platform SARS, especially mostly when it's closer to e-filing period. They'd be here to actually caution against those that might be sending SMS wanting to assist you with e-filing. So they'd tell people to be wary of such SMSs that they could possibly get, because that's an opportunity for them to be hacked. So generally they would have that, but whether it's enough and many people access or have television or radio to at least be able to hear some of those outreach programs or educational programs around that period or e-filing season is another question. But beyond this, at this point, for those that would like to make submissions, how do they go about doing this?
If you want to make submission, you go to the Tax Ombud website, www.taxombud.gov.za. You access the form. That's where you access also the survey.
And then that's when they will actually just narrate the whole story of their own experience of being hacked.
Yes, and we issued the media statement yesterday and the survey. So far, we've got 100 responses. So people are really keen to narrate their stories.
All right. Thank you very much for your time this evening. That was the Tax Ombud Yanga Mputa speaking to us there.